Hello guys, this is MyBalkanGaming, and here is my fourth review of the Delta Rising ships. This one is going to be about the Mat'Ha Raptor. But before we go into the review, I wish to thank anyone that subscribed to my channel, as I have recently passed 700 subscribers. Thank you guys very much for watching and subscribing. It's very much appreciated. I'm planning on doing a lockbox giveaway as soon as I can for you guys. Now let's go back to the review. The Mat'Ha Raptor is the most advanced tactical vessel in the Klingon fleet. It was designed to have unparalleled firepower, capable of delivering withering volleys of energy weapon and torpedo fire on its enemies. And here is the ship. I'm liking the design more than I thought. The ship looks so formidable and mean looking. It reminds me of a warship, which is a good thing. As like the previously three reviewed ships, the Delta Rising ships, this one also currently has the C-Store version, which you can buy for 3000 Zen. The fleet version is coming in a later date. This ship can be played by only KDF characters. You must be at least level 50 Brigadier General to fly it. Let's talk about some stats of the ship. Base stats are for hull 36,300 at level 50 and 44,000 at level 60. Shield modifier is 0.85, which is a little low. You get a crew of 200. The Mat'Ha Raptor has 7 weapon slots. There are 5 in front and 2 aft. So load up those 5 front weapon slots with dual heavy cannons and or dual beam banks and you are ready to go. Device slots are 2. Base turn rate is 15 degrees, which is quite good. You also get plus 15 to weapons power. This Raptor has a built-in cloaking device. From Starship Mastery Package for escorts/Raptors, he gets precise weapon systems, tactical maneuvering, enhanced weapon systems and devastating weaponry. For the Starship traits he gets an Overwhelming Force trait. After reaching level 5 in your Mat'Ha Raptor, you will unlock the Overwhelming Force Starship trait. While this trait is slotted, your beam overload attacks will create a reduced radius charge particle burst at the target's location. And your high-yield torpedo attacks will create a reduced radius photonic shockwave at the target's location. You also get a new universal console called Heavy Disruptor Spinal Cannons. This Raptor comes equipped with a pair of Heavy Disruptor Spinal Cannons that can lay down a sustained barrage of withering disruptor fire to any starship that enters its area of fire. Starships struck by this weapon will have their engines knocked offline briefly. This console may be only equipped on this Raptor, so this console is in essence an equivalent to the Phantom's phaser lines. For console slots you get 5 tech consoles. You also get 3 engineering ones and 2 science console slots. For the buff layout is the following. You get a 1 Lieutenant Tactical, 1 Commander Tactical, 1 Lieutenant Commander Engineering, 1 Lieutenant Science/Intelligence, and 1 Lieutenant Universal. As you can see, I'm using this ship on my KDF Tech Officer. For this ship I have opted for the Aux-2 dampeners build with the hybrid dual heavy cannons and a dual beamback setup. I recommend using this build with the Matter Antimatter Specialist Dove, who gives among other things a plus 40 all energy damage resistance every time Aux-2 dampeners are activated. On this character I have mostly fleet gear which is not yet upgraded, but I still need to get the fleet tech consoles. My choice of weapons for these ships are of course disruptors. As I already said, a combination of cannons and dual beambanks. I'm also using a turret and a cutting beam. For this space set, I'm using my standard combination for escorts/Raptors, which are elite resilient fleet shields, either Res A or Res B, and a 2-piece Borg set. I found that's the best combination for these kinds of ships, especially in PvP. On the tech console I have just regular disruptor induction coils, which will be replaced with the fleet disruptor consoles, and a universal console heavy disruptor spinal cannons. On engineering consoles I have 2 fleet neutronians, a simulated module, and on science I have a tachyokinetic converter and a plasmonic leech. Let's see my buff layout now. As you can see on that Ensign Universal, I am using an engineer officer with EPTS1 and OX2 dampeners 1. On the commander tech slot I have tactical team 1, beam overload 2, cannon rapid fire 2 and attack pattern omega 3. On the lieutenant tech I am using the tactical team 1 and cannon rapid fire 1. On the lieutenant commander engineering I am using EPTS1, OX2 dampeners 1 and direct energy modulation 3. Sorry 2, but if you want to go more defensively, you can switch it with emergency power to shields 3. On that lieutenant intelligence science slot I have opted for the intelligence officer. On there I have intelligence team 1 and override subsystem safeties 2, which is one of my favorite intelligence powers alongside surgical strike. This particular power can break the limitation of your power levels and get you to around 160-170 weapons power, which is pure awesomeness. So for the personal traits I use all of the space ones, and for the space reputation I use these ones here. Okay, let's now see my DOFs. Here they are. As you can see, I also spent some real EC on these DOFs, especially on these con officer, and here you have a antimatter specialist DOF. But let's now finally test this menace in some real action. I'll do a run with some of my fleet mates in Infacted Conduit Advance. You guys enjoy the fight, and I'll tell you my final impressions of the Mat'Ha Raptor just after that. It's finally over. Unfortunately, as you can see, at the very beginning we lost a member. So we have done this run just the 4 of us. A pre-made, not a pug. All of us in tier 6 ships, and it lasted for roughly 30 minutes. My god. Fortunately, I have read that they are planning to address these difficulty levels soon. I wish to thank my fleetmates Zal, Ethior and Kolar for sticking with me this long. So in conclusion, the Mat'Ha Raptor really impressed me. It's fast, agile, and with those 5 front weapon slots it can dish out immense firepower. It's an awesome ship to fly. I recommend it to every KDF player. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.